Hi, we're huntleader.com and we are here to share with you guys a review of Beeman QB78 Deluxe rifle. Air gun, a firearm based on the basic blowgun concept that by expanding compressed air fires bullets, darts, or pellets. Most proper air guns are cheap BB guns, termed for short-firing guns. The best of these products, about half the speed of light weapons in the muzzle, are sufficiently accurate to practice marksmanship at ranges up to 100 feet, 30 meters, and therefore can scare away the animal. Modern guns had a tank of pressurized air, which projected a single bullet or shot charge with restricted range and accuracy when eventually released by a weapon. We owe the modest airgun a great deal. Air rifles are a gateway to the activity for many of us, so is their availability. We learn the basics of safe handling of weapons by airguns, how and when to null a target, and the skill of firing shots. Nothing is more fun than a target shooting session in your yard, and it's an inexpensive way to keep your shooting skills sharp, with pellets being relatively cheap. Generally, airguns are much simpler to acquire, and the price per shoot is much lower than a handgun. Airguns could also be used inside and in various circumstances and places where the use of weapons can cause trouble and legality. Massive air weapons, however, also made life more accessible to more exciting directions with new models and innovations. The propane and CO2 air rifles make the history of air rifle flicking, and they also arrive with magazines that can hold numerous bullets. This means quicker shooting, which is consistent with the pace of the weapon. So compressed air weapons in especially post-filled tubes that use compressed air to move the shot, are almost quiet. Long-distance hunting outdoor events of 50 meters and 100 meters long range for more massive air guns, recognized as the large-bore air rifle classes, are quite common in many sections. Learning many departments of defense protection and other organizations around the world use pellet rifles to provide advanced training standards. This would be, which is why it's more straightforward, but it also helps to improve targeting and other strategies with less recoil control. Pest dissolution air guns are tested methods used in several parts of the globe to kill pests. Although shooting rats is very popular, with innumerable clips shared online, other forms of pests are also main targets for lovers of air guns. It is also understood that strong-powered air rifles were losing many large mammals. There are reports of shooting down wolves, puppies, and pigs with air guns. Simple to fire, this gun is beautifully pointing, and is not too heavy or full for the novice or amateur shooter. While selecting an air pistol for this function, it's essential to think about the type of purpose you're going to hunt. Usually, using a .177 or 22, you can shoot rabbits, squirrel, or birds. You'll need lighter pellets like the 22 if you're going to hunt for larger animals like raccoons. In order to effectively kill the game, the pellet rate must not be less than 650 fps. You will need a very quiet and accurate little game hunting pellet gun when a new crisis occurs. Installation of a stash container for this type of weapon does not take much time or materials. All it takes is a piece of PVC that pipes a few inches longer than the gun and 2 rubber stoppers. Beeman air pistols are now a business icon that shooters from amateur to seasoned of all skill levels enjoy. Beeman air pistols are manufactured as a pioneer in their careful design and construction to satisfy to have your firing desires, be it an affordable airgun for target shooting around or a choice to contend with a higher-end class. Each firearm we sell offers superb exactness that adds to your shooting delight. These flexible air rifles are made for the most part from wood and metal for a practical vibe. We offer parts, embellishments, and administrations to assist you with capitalizing on your shooting experience. Airguns are the ideal method to show your family marksmanship and right weapon taking care of, preparing that entirely extends to guns use. The ease and security of airgun shooting, alongside the capacity to set up a sheltered range anyplace, has additionally prompted the utilization of airguns for tracker well-being programs. Airgun shooting can be an approach to slow down after work or add an energizing new pastime to your life. Ultimately, you can expect an air rifle from the QB series to be well made and reliable, but at the same time, don't expect heirloom performance. Instead, the QB is the type of rifle you don't feel bad about showing a little whereas it looks useful. The ideal tool to put in your car's back, always reliable, and ready for fun. Audio evaluation with the QB airgun stock recorded consistently right decibel readings around 65 decibels. Given that the QB does not have a sound system for isolation that keeps it silent as just that. Just think of how silent they would be if they had a sound system of suppression. Someone ought to do that. Seriously, because we feel it's awesome. The QB is still a buddy of the backyard, though. The QBs are quite free to think about maintenance. O-rings and valves are the only actual components you have to think about changing, which can all be found in many other hardware stores. If you buy a rifle tuning kit, we have included 2 complete sets of O-rings, and you can substitute them as required. Pelgun oil, as well as Ultra CO2 friction cartridges, are a good way to maintain your seals.